Today we are exploring how do you define and measure success for yourself as well as for your project team. So it may look a straightforward question, but I believe it's a little deep. It is just not very abstract. It is very concrete as well, because you need to bring some clear data points as well as some subjective understanding of the success. As you and I know, that success is something which is contextual. It is not absolute. One thing might be considered as a measurement of success in a one project. Another project may require different parameters. So we need to give this answer based on the type of project we are discussing in the rest of the interview. In this video, I share a high-level ideas which probably can help you in finding an answer which is easy to explain as well as deep enough to connect to the factual data from your project. Let's start with an individual. Like if I talk about myself, how do I define success for myself? So I can say that I set a goal. I set a goal for a month, or for a week, and I achieved that goal. That is definitely a success. So we have something to achieve, and I achieved it. So achieving a project objectives on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, or making a movement towards project objective is one of the measurement of success. The another is I achieved the goal, but I took a lot of shortcuts. I missed going to my various say healthcare activities, which I took less sleep, and still I achieved the goal. May not be a good idea. My second measurement of success could be how well I followed the process, how well organized I was when I was achieving that particular goal. So if things went at a sustainable pace, we were not taking any shortcut and we still achieved the goal, that might be a better success than achieving the goal by taking shortcuts. This could be a better way of looking at it. So we focused on achieving the goal and following the right process, or measuring how well we followed the process to achieve that particular success. That could be a second dimension of the success. The simplest third dimension is, after doing this for a given month, how my competency got improved, what all capability I have to take care of such kind of work in future, and will those competencies and skills will be more rewarding for me for upcoming months. If that is also happening, that will be the another measurement of success. So I am learning something, I'm growing myself, and I'm building capability in myself as well as my team to achieve a better results. So you can call it the improvement, the development, and my skill enhancement. That could be my third dimension. So if I talk about my successful month, a great successful month would be I achieved my goal, I followed the process, have not taken any shortcut, I had enough sleep throughout the month, and I did something which is useful for me in future as well. It was just not 1 month effort. It is something investment for my future work as well. Those kind of months, I will say I am successful. That's something I can say. Now, how do I measure it? Based on all those three type, I may have some matrices: goal achieved, not achieved. That could be a one thing. So I was giving a simple example: had enough sleep, not had enough sleep. That could be a second measurement. And followed the skills which we get, what kind of competency we build. That could be a third measurement. Now, this was just a simple thing. I'm not expecting you explaining these kind of things in your project. Now, let's convert into a project language. So each project has a project objectives. One of the success criteria is how well me as a project manager helping my team to achieving the project objective, how well our team is coming together and achieving the project objectives. So say you have a project which is meant for reducing the overall technological cost. Your organization was using some old technology, they will need to migrate to a new technology, and the project objective is it is reduce the maintenance cost, it will reduce the overall time it takes to maintain those kind of applications, and the efficiency will improve. So that could be a parameter, that could be a project objective, and you have some set of matrices which helps you in tracking those project objectives. You can talk about where you are right now, where are the gaps, what are you working to fill those gaps, and what is your anticipated success, or what is your anticipated project objectives. You can also call it outcome-oriented matrices, goal-oriented matrices. So you need to talk about something related to the project objectives. So identify those matrices and talking about some kind of measurement system, maybe weekly data collection, monthly data collection, depending upon the type of matrix you put. And that is your first dimension. The second dimension is about way of achieving that particular goal. So you may talk about your process adherence. You may focus on budget and timelines also. Yeah, many a time the project manager starts defining the success. I deliver everything on time within budget. Uh, uh, yeah, that depends. Yeah, sometimes people want to focus on the project objective first before you focus on the process and the budget and the timeline. But it's a one of the possible candidate metrics. So you may talk about how well, what kind of variances we have. Are we meeting our timelines, schedule variances, cost variances, if they are relevant? Not necessarily all project will have a cost calculation, but in case you have, then you may also talk about those kind of matrices. The amount of rework is getting generated, the amount of defects, there could be defect related matrices also. So you can talk about that we want to follow the right process. So we know that we are achieving our project goals without taking shortcuts. So talk about those matrices, the mechanism of measuring them and mechanism of reviewing them. If you are following agile, iteration reviews. If you are not following agile, your weekly status reports, monthly reports, and doing a milestone reviews to reflect on how are we tracking on those dimensions. Yeah, so that could be a second parameter of it. The third parameter is about your competency building. So you are achieving the goal, you are following the right process, but people are not motivated. They are not learning new things. They need to be micromanaged, for example. Still, I will not consider it as a success because I need to make sure that I am developing my project team members. I am improving their competencies. I am making them multi-skilled professionals. I am helping them to grow as a servant leader. I'm helping them to become a better self-organized, yeah, so they can take care of their planning and tracking work rather than they are always dependent on me for discussions, conflict resolutions. They are able to take care of their own planning and execution. If I achieve that, that's also a success. So I may have a project health check kind of surveys, discussions, retrospective meetings, lesson learned meeting, and that helps me in understanding what is my team development stage, what is my team interaction level, what is a motivation or a collaboration in my team, and that is something I measure and I target to improve it so that I call it as a successful project because I am building the capability for the organization, for my team member, that even after the project gets finished, this capability will be giving benefit to the organization. So that could be your third way of looking at the success. So find out outcome, process or output, and the capability building, improvements, health, motivation related indicators, and give some mechanism of tracking those indicators on a regular basis and improving them, discussing them in a lesson learned or retrospective meetings. So outcome matrices may require collaboration with the stakeholders to capture the data, may be done less frequently, but still it is needed. The process and output matrices, your tools like MS Project or Jira will have all this data. So you may probably talk about that we want to make sure our process is done well. And the capability or collaboration or competency kind of matrices may require more subjective conversation, one-on-one conversation, mentoring conversation, and there could be a reflection using retrospective or lesson learned meeting, which can help you in knowing how are you doing. So combination of these, I know it's a little complicated to bring it, but reminding again should be in the context of your current project. Yeah, because if you just give something disconnected, then it may not make that much impact for your interview. If you have an interesting question in mind, please do post in our comment area. That will help us to find a next episode topic. I will try my best to share my ideas. Yes, you should have a better answer than mine. My answers are just another input to make you think rather than something which you just have to repeat. Yeah, so they should help you in creating a better answer for your interview question. If you are liking our videos, subscribe to us and on the notification so that you get notified when we post new videos on Project Manager interview series.